I was sleeping alone in a thatched hut, and there were movements there, and I knew that the snake was there, and there was no power. Dark night. I cannot run away, I cannot go away anywhere, because if I move, I may step on the thing, and it may hurt me. So I was frozen to that state. It was there throughout the night. It was there, and I was there. And but after some time, we got used to each other. We started loving each other, and then the fear went away. Then I became Shiva. So, having been with it, having nourished it in your negativity for some time, when your attention, total awareness that you are able to give it moves away, you give it up, and then turn that around. Turn that around into a positive affirmation. How you do that is the following. Imagine that the result that you would like to have. Okay. For example, one of the results I would like to have imagined in that situation is to be the cobra myself, and to have myself that cobra as being me, so that I would be in a position to strike, not. Or if I was faced with a tiger, I would like to be the tiger rather than the human being there. Or in a war situation between Arabs and the Americans, I would like to be an American rather than an Arab. So I would like to be in the winning situation. I can visualize that, right? I can visualize that, or imagine that the cobra has gone away, and I can visualize the lights have come, and it is not there, and I can be the. So this situation I can visualize. So what I have to do is this is converting that negativity into a positivity. You don't have to imagine the stages through which you transform this from that to this. All you have to do is to make a visualization about the final result that you want to achieve it, and assume that you have already achieved it. And having done that, you imagine that you put it in a pink bubble which represents your heart. Okay, heart is a pink bubble. We choose the heart because it's love. Enclose that in that, put in your hands, blow it away. It goes into the cosmos. So give this model of what you want to manifest, or what you want to finally arrive at, as a model for the higher intelligence, saying that either this or something better than this should come into being for the benefit of everyone concerned. And it may take some time for this to materialize, but surely it will. Now, what prevents such a visualization from materializing or manifesting? Your own doubt about that. Again, apply the same procedure to the doubt. Be with the doubt, love it, transform it into a positive statement that I am not going to have any doubts regarding this. That will also materialize. You are your own worst enemy, because whenever you have something positive, you are simultaneously thinking something negative about it. And this is what I said. Every one of our dreams becomes true, provided we don't have a contrary dream which prevents this dream from becoming true, because that dream also becomes true. So that violates, that works against this. So if you are having negative thoughts, the best way is to deal with them, be with them, transform them, convert them into positive assertions, and leave it to the Divine Mother to manifest it in its own time. And in this, you can work this with for anything. It all depends upon how you are able to visualize, how to deal with that. If you have fear, anxiety, insecurity, job, you want money, you want comforts, you want happiness, प्यार चाहिए कि पैसा चाहिए, where you want love or money. And I think I want both. And why not? प्यार चाहिए और पैसा चाहिए. But the paisa that I really have is the pyar of the people. The love that people have for me is my real wealth. And you know how this has happened, how this has worked out. So I don't have to expand on that. Any other questions? Yes.
Can you explain the concept of karma and rebirth and how it relates to soul evolution?
Will you explain the concept of karma, the rebirth, and how it relates to the evolution of the soul? Is that right? Okay. It's a deep question. It needs a. I can't dispense of it very lightly, because firstly the understanding of the concept of the karma itself is involved there. As far as my understanding goes, karma really implies causality, that you do this, then this result will follow. This is the cause, this is the effect. Okay. The assumption being that everything that is there now, some previous or prior cause must have been there. So without the cause, this effect may not be there. So the succession between cause and effect, it is the causality, the law of causality. Okay, how a reaction would proceed. In other words, a well-orderedness in time is the causality or the theory of karma. I have a sequence of events A, B, C, D, A occurring earlier than B, B occurring earlier than C, C occurring earlier than D, and always when I find B, I see A occurring earlier than B, so I say, A is the cause of B, and B is the cause of C, and C is the cause of D. This is as far as our normal understanding of the theory of karma. In this sense, the theory of karma seems to be unavoidable. So if you say that everything is already pre-structured, predetermined, how is there any possibility of any free will? How is there any possibility of one's own effort contributing to an evolution or otherwise of a spiritual nature or material nature? This is your question. How does it relate to the spiritual evolution? Evolution means the growth in time of certain series of possibilities. We'll approach the question through an example. We know that time is moving relentlessly from the past to the present to the future. So everything seems to be following the karma theory. Then how we can overcome this situation? Let's suppose that I have a piece of cardboard and I cut a slot in that, a vertical slot in that, and behind that cardboard there is a dog, and the dog is walking forwards and then changing direction and walking backwards, and I keep observing the dog through the slot. And what is it that I observe as a scientist? When the dog is walking, it always walks forward, so I see its nose as the first thing that's coming into the slot. Then I see its eyes, then its ears, then its front legs, and then the trunk, and then its back legs, and then the tail. And every time I see the same sequence of events happening. So I say, the nose is the cause of the eyes. The eyes are the cause of the ears are the cause of the front legs The front legs are the cause of the trunk is the cause of the back legs, and the back legs are the cause of the tail. But now comes Swami Silly Goose Ananda, see? And he gives a bottle of whiskey to the dog. And what does the dog do? The drunken dog do? He starts walking backwards now. Then what happens? First the tail appears, and then the hind legs, and the whole logic that we have built about this universe of the dog or God, whatever, okay, it has become topsy-turvy. Your causality somehow, instead of A being the cause of B, B has become the cause of A. See, this whole thing got upset. So first observation that we make from this example is that when the time flow is reversed, or a possibility of reversal of the time flow is there, there is a possibility of converting cause and effect into each other. Okay. So having established this fact, now let us go one step further and ask, how can I create an alternate possibility for me from this point onwards? I will give you a procedure. You try that, okay? Will you try? Okay. It may be a little difficult, but you can try all the same. What you have to do is, you have to go back in time to a time when your father was not yet born to your grandfather. Then take a .22 gun and shoot your grandfather before your father was born to him, and then come back to the present moment. And then ask the question, do you or do you not exist? You definitely and surely exist, because you went back in time, you shot your grandfather and came back, and you have come back to your present situation. What is your name? Sudan. So you are now Sudan, existing now, okay? You are not dead. Now we go back in time and have shot my grandfather, and my father was not born. If I shot my grandfather, my father could not have been born to my grandfather. And if he was not born, how could I be born to my father? So I cannot exist. You see the situation here. So your ability to go back in time and come forward has created the alternative possibility of your non-existence, going as a parallel event from your present state of existing. So you continue, your world lines start from this point onwards as two separate lines and go on together. And this one world line says you are existing, and the other one says you are not existing. You have created an alternative possibility. In other words, if causality is an expression of succession in time, then acausality or non-causality, or a possibility of a freedom, of a choice for an individual to have an alternate growth pattern, is an expression of the fact that time-space is a continuum in which motions back and forth are possible. Okay. Once you are able to do that, then so how can you cross the barriers of time? That is your next question you must ask. You haven't asked, so I am not going to answer.